Ready. There it is, cricket time. So this cricket, I've decided to do all modified, including all of the skylights, and we're going to bring the comp over toward the skylights and run it down alongside of the skylight at an angle, keeping it a couple of feet away. And I've got a couple more seams here to finish up, but all the modifieds in place for the most part. Just a few seams. The two on the outside. Little metal work. It's got a smooth underneath the entire thing, all the way up. Feathered out, coming down. So this is all smooth, and then the granulated. So this is a double. This is a 2-ply modified system. Well, actually 3 with the base. And have it up on both sides. The composition shingles will come down onto it on this side of the garage. We have a high point here, right here. So the water trails down this way on one side, dropping off. Got a little moisture spot there. The dew from this morning is really foggy today. Interesting. And then on that top side, at that seam, it runs down back to the other side. So on this, I ran modified strips out about 5 inches on each side, and it's got a nice flow. That was just with smooth modified. And then the second pass would be the granulated. And as you can see, there's a really nice bead there. It's a nice flow, and it will never leak. It will not leak. And it's mastic free and silicone free. And we had to do it this way because these are fixed curb skylights. These are better used for flat roofing. They use them all the time on pitched as well, at least they used to. Most people, I would recommend building a fixed curb out of 2x6 and then place a skylight type that goes over the curb mounted type of skylight. So that would be my suggestion, is to ditch the fixed curb and go with the curb mounted instead of these. And because these were all fixed curb, these 4 skylights in line, I had to adjust with it. Either that or sell them retrofitting, framing up curbs and buying new skylights. So instead of that, we went the opposite route. I just worked with what we had. A lot of custom stuff on this house. This is another area with a tie-in on an addition. This entire section in here, this is all a tie-in. Where this was the original house, there's the garage, and this used to be an open area between, but they've enclosed it. So they were left with these two large crickets, which were both giving them lots of problems. And when the winds came here to the Temple City Arcadia area, it blew this entire portion of roof. It blew off. They lost a lot of roof. So they had a lot of leaking. They had leaking over here as well, at the wall. Not anymore. It's all shingled. We took that all apart and put it back together. And some custom metal work up and underneath. And I also installed strips of modified over the tin shingles. So there's tin shingles are installed. And you can see a bit of the brown, the new tin shingles that are running up the wall, and then I used I hotted in some modified strips over the tin shingles to lock it into place. I thought modified was a nicer aspect than mastic or metal for this particular wall. And that's that. What else do we have here on this puppy? Well, we also did new metal around the chimney. We yanked all the old flashing off, and I cut in new chimney metal all the way around, fashioned all the new parts. Let's see, I'll show you. It's called step flashing. All these step flashings, I created them, cut them and fashioned them first. After the shingles were put in with new tin. And you can see how solid that is. I used a clear polymer to seal all of this. So all of this was sealed. I filled it all with gun grade polymer. Put it all into place, piece by piece. So I glued them up, put all the glue into place, and after gluing getting all of the slots filled, inset every piece as the sealant is put in. And we went around the chimney doing this, and it's got a new saddle as well. We had to move that pipe. This pipe was only a few inches away from the saddle metal, and it was causing some leaking. So I took out the old metal, which was as old as the house, and I ended up fashioning a new chimney saddle, counterflashing all this. So this is a freshly counterflashed chimney. Over here, in addition to doing the roof, we're going around the house and installing new fascia all the way around. We were going from 4-inch to 6-inch. So we've already gone around the house. We're also installing a whole house and attic fan, an electric fan, just beyond the skylights toward the back in that area. It's still open back there. We're going to vent that room that was an addition that never quite, it's hotter than they can stand in the summertime. It's very hot in there, so we're going to aerate that. Today, we're coming back to the area we'd already completed when they decided that they wished to have all the fascia changed. So we had already put the front of the house together. We were on our way to starting the roofing process, which we have we had just started, and we actually put the front side of the house together. There's Tom. He's taking apart the other side. When they decided to ask us to change fascia, so which is why we're now dismantling the side rails, and we're also going to dismantle the bottom perimeter all the way around over there to change out the fascia. There's the old. There's the new. We already have the back rails installed, so. That's what we're doing, and it was a nice cool morning, foggy, perfect weather to do that. The shingles, once they get hot and the sun is out, they're tough to get out because of all of the glue tabs, all of the asphalt on the tabs. It heats up. This is what helps to hold the shingles together, and it's an asphaltic material. It's asphalt line on all shingles, and once it gets hot, they adhere to each other beyond the nailing. So you've got the nailing plus the adhesion, and that's how composition shingles stay on the roof, from nailing and also from holding to each other. So this is the roofing process. We rebuilt this porch over. It was pretty rotted out, so we rebuilt it. And we also painted their little plastic, corrugated plastic overhead. We kind of took that all, we cleaned all that up. We're also painting, we're framing and painting the fascia all around the house as well. So the fascia that we didn't replace, we've sanded, primed, and painted, such as that. And that's a 1600 CFM, cubic feet per minute, and it's going to move the air out of this area here, this room with the skylights. It's going to move all that air, it's going to pull it out really quickly. It's got a built-in thermostat, so there's no thermostat necessary to wire up. Another nice little feature. We're going to place it right here, about that area where the tools are. And now I've got the modified in. I got a couple of seams left to heat in. About 10-15 minutes of work here. We'll be ready to bring those shingles over and complete that, tie that together, and then finish up the rail up above, and it'll be ready for ridge, and hook everything off and seal her up, paint up the pipes, touch up the finals on the painting, which is already complete. Just go around and do a complete clean and all that sort of stuff. We've probably got 5 neighbors now in the neighborhood to go and see. Everybody's been watching us for the last 2 weeks here, so it's been a nice Christmas and New Year's being here, 2011 to 2012. Pretty cool. Yeah. All right.